is a local 17-year-old who is becoming quite the online music sensation, and now he is hoping for even bigger and better things. We're going to catch up with the local musician in this morning's In Search Of report. While the rest of Stephen Jerzak's class gears up for their senior year at Central High School, your eyes are blue like the ocean, baby, I'm lost out at sea. Stephen is preparing for the second leg of a nationwide concert tour where he happens to be the headliner. I'm singing la 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 la. The self-described pop acoustic artist got his start in music a few years back.
I actually first started getting into music around like the age of 12 when one of my friends came over and he started like taking guitar lessons, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
It's one thing to play guitar, but then to play guitar and sing as well, so we knew that he had something special. And I'm singing la 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 la.
And the rest of the world, at least the cyber world, would soon find out. At 14, Stephen opened a MySpace page and began posting some of his music to the site. But one song in particular really struck a chord with listeners.
That's called Cute. It's just a whole bunch of pickup lines together.
All of a sudden he had 1,000 plays, and then he had 10,000 plays, and then we got to the point where he was almost at 1 million plays. He hit 1 million, and we were like, wow, 1 million people listen to your music.
I thought you said you'd call by noon.
That's when talent scouts started noticing.
He'd just come in and say, hey, Dad, I got this guy who wants to talk to you. So I talked to people in California, New York, and Minneapolis, and just all over the place. And it's hard to sort out, who's legit and who's not. So we went through this sort of the screening process.
When one manager showed up at their doorstep from New York, they knew he was for real.
So we finally agreed to start sort of a trial management period with him, and here we are today.
I tried to picture your beautiful face.
Gina and Brian agreed to let Stephen be part of a nationwide tour where hundreds of adoring fans not only show up every night, but know every word of Stephen's music.
All these kids are after our son,
Yeah.
It's like we had this 2 girls, right, came up to us and they're like, thank you for Stephen, thank you for Stephen.
Thank you for having him.
Yeah.
And we're just like, sure,
So.
no problem.
That was the coolest thing ever, to see my brother and all those screaming girls mostly.
Probably one of the things that you do keeps in my mind are the pictures of you.
We're very happy for Stephen. He's
He's living his dream. So you can't stop that. You just can't.
And the sun shining on you.
I had no idea that it would go this far, like for a second. I never thought for a second that it would. I mean, it only happens to like a few people, so it's really cool to have that happen to me. I was very surprised. I had no idea.
And I'm singing la 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 la.
I really want to make a career out of it. No matter what I do, it could be performing or like recording or engineering or producing or anything. Just like anything involved with music, I really want to do, because like I don't have another backup plan or anything.
Sure or something, are you running out of breath?
In La Crosse, Jennifer Livingston, News Channel 8.
All night.
Wow.
He's awesome.
Yeah, I was going to say, sings a little bit better than I do.
I really cannot say enough about his music and how current. That's the word that kept coming when I listened to him. I'm like, he sounds so current, like you could hear him on the radio. He's been the #1 acoustic act on MySpace for 3 consecutive months. He's actually independently sold 20,000 songs on iTunes already.
That is impressive.
And he's even had a record deal that they turned down. They're kind of waiting for the right circumstances to all come together before they sign a record deal. And by the way, Stephen, who I mentioned is supposed to be a senior at Central High School this year, he only needs 3 credits to graduate, so his parents are letting him do some online schooling while he continues touring this fall. Now, speaking of his parents, I learned while I was at this story, I have to add this separate little story, that his dad, Brian, was in a band. And his mom was kind of a groupie, was kind of the biggest fan of this band.
All right.
And we discovered a picture while we were in their house of this.
Okay.
Take a look at this.
Wow. Is this in the 80s?
I
maybe?
think this may be in the 80s. They're going to kill me. They're going to kill me.
Goodness.
We're looking around, and I'm like, whoa, what is this? Look at the blue jacket here on Dad.
Wow,
and the hair.
And the hair.
And I think maybe, Brian, a little bit of eyeliner. Do you think?
I was going to ask
Brian,
about some makeup.
And
yeah.
Gina, doesn't she just look like she's the biggest fan?
Oh, yes. Yeah. That is funny.
So apparently the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. Although luckily there's no like blue velvet jacket for Steven to have. But he's very cool. We're going to work on getting a bunch of his music links on our website so that you can see all sorts of different music of his, because he's all over YouTube, all over MySpace, and he is very, very good.
Yeah.
And on tour again right now. When he gets back from his tour, we're going to have him come on our show and play for us. So
cool. Look forward to that.
Check out our website, WKBT.com, for more information and links to Steven's music.